why Indian farmers are still in such a weak position.
I've seen this happening back at my home, right from my early days. You study well, you do something, go to city, don't be here. This is not profitable. And this is not just in my home, in every farmer's home this happens. Do you know how many agriculture universities are there in India? These universities can't even train 1% of the farmers. To be honest, none of these agriculture universities are creating farmers. That's why they are not contributing to farming. Farmer who is growing whole through the year, round the year, he is getting 15-16 rupees. The guy who is selling it in 2 days, he is making 15 rupees. That's the trash. I don't want farmers to protest. You show your power, man. Don't protest to beg. You show your power. You tell them that, see, we call farmers as annadatas. They feed us. They're so powerful. If they say, I won't serve you for a month, what will happen to this country? Whatever they say, we have to agree to it. And there are ways to make it happen, and that can happen. I really want to see that in my lifetime. I really want to see that in the near future. Maybe in the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, we should empower farmers where they should be able to fix the price for the people.
Mother India, one of the most iconic film of India which showcased the adversity of farmers, but in the end, everything was happy and good. But that was real life, and this is real life. After so many years also, the Indian farmers are poor. Despite of India being an agricultural country, why is this happening? Well, in this video, we are going to explore how farmers can fix the price for their produce and flourish. And to discuss this in this studio, I have with me Mr. C.S. Sudheer, the CEO and founder of Freedom app. Hello sir, welcome to our YouTube channel. So to begin with, the first thing that everybody notices about India, even the international media, is that why Indian farmers are poor. So I want to ask why Indian farmers are still in such a weak position.
See, I think the answer to that is 3 things. Number 1, I feel farmers are the main reason. Like I come from a farming family. I've seen this happening back at my home, right from my early days. You study well, you do something, go to city, don't be here. This is not profitable. And this is not just in my home, in every farmer's home this happens.
The parents only say that.
Parents only say that. Farming is not good, you do this. And if they have 2-3 kids and one is doing well in studies, they send him out. The one who is dumb and not so well in studies and not so intelligent, they ask him to do farming. And because of that, the farming is becoming poor day by day. That's the first reason. Second reason, the British education system. The education system we have in India today, this was conceptualized and created by Britishers.
Yes.
The reason they created is to create that 1% people to rule the rest of the 99%. And that had no thought process about making our farming better, businesses better. See, just think about a smartphone like the mobile phone. When we had this feature phone back in 2002, 2003 or even up to 2008-9, we were happy with it. But then because enough of invention is done there, today we have in our hands iPhone, smartphones. If enough research is done in farming, automatically you will see even farming getting better. And we've seen that with few of our mentors who have taught in Freedom app as well.
Yes.
Just because they've done research, they've studied, they've explored, they have turned farming into profitable business. So I think that's the second reason, the British education system. And the third reason is our politicians. They used farming and farmers as vote bank.
As a vote bank.
They never wanted to improve the livelihood of farmers. They just wanted to use farmers for their voting. And that again created a huge gap. But today, farmers have become so weak, they think, oh, I can't sell my produce. Someone has to buy it.
Yes.
Government has to fix minimum price. This is how they think. They are not able to think independently. And that's causing the problem, and that's how farmers are weak today.
So since you talked about like how not much research is done in the field of farming, and that's why we are not into automation so much. We have so many agricultural universities in our country. We can teach farmers the better techniques, but then also why farmers don't have much knowledge?
Can you tell me how many farmers are there in India?
I think 70% of the
About 50% of our working population. The working population is estimated to be about 60 to 70 crore.
yes.
50% of that is about 35 crore. Do you know how many agriculture universities are there in India?
I think very less.
63.
Only 63?
Only 63.
It's a double-digit number.
Yeah. So 1% of 35 crore is 35 lakh. These universities can't even train 1% of the farmers. And most of these, do you know anybody who studied BSc AG, MSc AG in any of these agriculture universities? You know why they study? They study BSc AG, MSc AG to become an agriculture officer or a horticulture officer, or to get into some pharma company or a food processing company. They don't become farmers. To be honest, none of these agriculture universities are creating farmers. That's why they are not contributing to farming today. I keep talking about it whenever I get a chance to interact in these forums. I tell them you're not contributing to farming. If you make an argument by saying we have agriculture universities, but still farmers are not getting better, no. These guys are not here for farmers. If you want farmers to get better, you must have ITI kind of smaller setups across every taluk center to cater to farmers. Farmers should be able to reach out to them. I know a lot of agriculture related research institutes set up by these ministers, MPs, MLAs. Today they have no funds to keep a scientist there. Most of them are closed. They are not operational. So I don't think that's going to make farming or farmers better in any way. If you want to make farmers better, then the approach should be completely different. These guys won't change. I don't think anytime soon these guys will contribute to farmers' betterment.
So I have a long list of questions here. Like one of them is that, as you know, that farmers are getting a lot of government subsidies in one or the other form. When I interview farmers also, they always talk about these subsidies. So then also why farmers are not taking advantage of these subsidies?
You tell me, if I tell you, Sugandh, you're joining Freedom app, I'll give you free lunch, I'll give you a great office, I'll give you a place to stay, and I won't pay you salary. Will I make you independent or will I make you interdependent?
Very dependent.
Correct, no? I'll make you dependent then, right? Similar thing these guys are doing for farmers. You are a farmer. You're growing something. All I should tell you is what to grow, how much to grow, and then you decide the pricing. So today what is happening? Farmers don't know what to grow, when to grow. If they are able to grow in limited quantity, whatever is required, as much as it is required, then obviously they'll get the best price. So today some of the agriculture produce is getting really high price, some are getting very low price, and they throw it on the street. Why is this? It is because we don't follow prediction-based production.
Prediction-based production.
Right. If you start doing prediction-based production, automatically farmers, most of the problems will be addressed. You don't need subsidy for farmers, you don't need MSP for farmers, you don't need loan waiver for farmers, you just give them prediction to produce. You tell them what they should be producing and make sure. So today they have announced something called Fasal Bima Yojana. They say that, okay, what do you grow? You tell us, we'll give insurance. You have to pay the premium. Farmers are doing that. If they can do it, why not telling them, hey, you know what, this country requires this many tons of, million tons of tomato this year. In these seasons, we need this much. So you have to start doing it. So if you are into farming, if you are trying to grow tomato, register here. We will tell you when to grow. So I will give allotment as a system. So if, see, when COVID hit us, government came up with a system to track every patient.
Yes.
Government came up with a system to send, medicine to your house.
Yes, yes.
Correct, right? Quarantine you. They were able to allocate hospital beds to you all through the technical.
Even temporary hospitals were set up.
Absolutely. So if they can do so much, why can't they build a technological platform to fix farmers' problem? You fix that. All they need is better price for the produce. And that's possible not through MSP, but through prediction-based production. Right? That has to happen.
So always we have noticed that people who buy the produce of the farmers are getting better in life, are getting rich by the day. They are, processing the food also and selling it. But then why can't farmers, get better? If people buying from them can get better, why can't farmers get better?
The problem is very simple. Today, farmers are made weak. The farmers have stopped thinking that they can also sell their produce.
Yes.
Like there is this saying, right? I mean, you catch an elephant and it's engaged, you tie a chain around its leg and you chain it, and when the elephant is small, that chain is pretty strong, it can't escape from it. But as it grows big, that chain is nothing. If it decides to break it can break it just like this. But then it believes that the chain is so strong, it can't break it, and it doesn't attempt doing it.
Mental block.
Over time, we have made farmers like that. We have made farmers to think that they can't go and sell. So just to give you an example, we are in Bangalore. Maddur is about 100 change kilometers from here. Maddur APMC farmers are selling tender coconut at about 16 to 18 rupees per piece. But in Bangalore, tender coconut, what is the price? 40 rupees, 45 rupees. The transportation cost of tender coconut from Maddur to Bangalore, even if you get it in an AC vehicle, 2 rupee per piece, 3 rupee per piece, not more than that. So, chalo, give 5 rupee to the seller, he should also survive. So, 25 rupees. So, where is the remaining 15 going? Middlemen.
Yes.
Right? So, a farmer who is growing whole through the year, round the year, he is getting 15, 16 rupees. The guy who is selling it in 2 days, he is making 15 rupees. That's the tragedy. So why are they rich? Why these farmers are poor? It is because we have made farmers to believe that they can't sell. They can't fix the price for the produce. Unless until we change this mindset, this is not going to change anytime soon. So the solution to this is, we have to make farmers organize, unite. We have to unite the farmers. If they come forward and say, you know what, I've got my tender coconut, it is mine. I won't sell it anything less than 35 rupees. You want to take it, otherwise leave it. But all farmers should say that. But unfortunately, what's happening today? See, I've seen Lorry Owners Association calling for a protest, nationwide protest.
Yes, yes.
I've seen Restaurant Owners Association calling for a nationwide protest. Taxi walas, right?
All the time.
Right? But then where have you seen nationwide protest of farmers? For Farm Bill, it happened, but it was more about Punjab.
It was not a nationwide protest.
It was not a nationwide protest. It was more about, and that was again biased. They had their own, agenda, propaganda, I would say. But then, when did they do it? I mean, again, I don't want farmers to protest. You show your power, man. Don't protest to beg. You show your power. You tell them that, see, we call farmers as annadatas. They feed us. They're so powerful. If they say, I won't serve you for a month, what will happen to this country? Whatever they say, we have to agree to it.
Food.
Absolutely.
But there are so many farmer associations. Why are they not united? Why the farmers are not united despite of having so many farmers associations?
I've seen this happening in Karnataka. I've seen this happening in different other parts of India. Farmers associations are meant for protest against the government.
Okay.
And farmers associations are being misused by few leaders for their propaganda. They are not being used for the welfare of farmers. Right? Now, if these associations can call farmers to protest against the government, if they can bring them in trucks to cities to protest against the government, why can't they set up a society to buy farmers' produce, fix price and sell it, or to process it and make value addition and sell it for a better price? If they decide, I mean, just imagine a farmers association announcing today's price for this vegetable is this. Don't sell it below this. Farmers' price. Why can't we have something called farmers' price, where the farmers association announces every day, per kg of orange, it is this much. Below this, no farmer will sell. Now, you must have that unity. Yeah? If they say that, okay, see, the way it has been done for milk today, right? Do you get milk for less than that?
No.
You won't. So then why not for fruits and vegetables? Why not for grains? That needs to be done, and that has to be led by, as you rightly said, these farmers associations.
So having said all of this, can farmers ever fix the price for their produce?
Absolutely. It's just that they have to take control. And there are ways to make it happen, and that can happen. I really want to see that in my lifetime. I really want to see that in the near future. Maybe in the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, we should empower farmers where they should be able to fix the price for the produce.
And how is that possible?
There are ways to make it happen. That can be done.
So I think we will cover that in the next video. So viewers, this is a series of 3 videos. In this video, we have just discussed the tip of the iceberg. Why are Indian farmers poor? Why are not they able to fix the price for their produce? But in the next video, I am going to ask Sudheer sir, how can farmers fix the price for their produce? It's a very important video. Do wait for the next video. And before you go away, do subscribe to the Freedom app. We have courses on farming, business and personal finance. Do check out the Freedom app and learn something new in life. On this note, this is your host Sugandh Sharma signing off.